Greetings travelers, I'm Gav. I wanted to do a mini-series that goes over my season start for Tombs of the Erased. If these videos do well, it might be something that I do every single season, and I might carry it over to Path of Exile 2 as well. I'll basically be compressing down anywhere from 5 to 10 hours of gameplay every day into these 10-minute videos that I'll release the following day. We'll go over my first impressions with the systems that I interact with, and changes as well as things that I noted during my playthrough. I played quite a lot yesterday, and I entered Monoliths before I went to bed on my Bleed Heartseeker marksman. So let's recap my day 1. It took me about an hour past the launch of the season to finally get let in by the servers. The game peaked at about 150,000 players, and the servers were slowly allowing more people in as EHG worked to increase their bandwidth. I'm personally expecting a higher peak tonight and into the weekend as the word spreads about how fun this season is. As soon as I hit level 5 and unlocked Puncture, it was off to the races. I prioritized bows and quivers with chance to bleed to improve this. I spec'd into Bleeding Fury in the Puncture tree and things just fell over bleeding out. WASD actually felt really solid right off the bat. I personally just wish that the dodge actually followed your WASD movements and the abilities followed your cursor. I wish there was a way to distinguish between the two. If you select the cursor option, then the dodging just goes towards your cursor, which feels kind of weird. But I noticed that it allowed for a slight stutter step in between my shots, and it was enough to kite or dodge abilities, which was amazing. I found an early Thorn Slinger belt to help my bleeds out, as well as a Bleeding Heart amulet to allow me to leech off my bleed dot DPS. Once I reached the Oracle's abode and the servers felt fairly stable, I went ahead and bought the Woven Legend supporter pack, because I was having an absolute blast, and EHG deserves it. I swapped my MTX from there over to the bronze scale plate, which is like a golden, fiery looking set. This was mainly because there was an absolutely dope fiery bow MTX called the Ember Claw Bow. Now that my character looked sick and I equipped my fiery pets from previous supporter packs, I was ready to unlock Heartseeker. I leveled with Bleed Puncture and Umbral Blades, which actually destroyed everything, all the way to level 42. When I finally had enough points in Marksman to unlock Heartseeker, I equipped it immediately, inspected into the Puncture node, and continued leveling. This was by far the most smooth leveling experience I've ever had on a Marksman. It just felt right. It was everything that I had been wanting out of a new Marksman ability. I kept up a few stacks of Bleeding Fury from Puncture, and then I would just spam Heartseeker and watch it melt the whole screen. The single target is absurdly good as well. I dropped Umbral Blades completely, and used these two buttons throughout the remainder of the campaign. Puncture to keep up Bleeding Fury, and back to Heartseeker. Oh, and I also picked up the Heartseeker skill MTX. It's absolutely beautiful. We destroyed Majasa easily, and dealt with Apophis and her bullshit, which sent us to the end of time. I did my first Monolith, and called it a night. All in all, I'm really impressed by the visual update, as well as the updated animations and overall scenery and landscape improvements that I noticed. Etera felt even more beautiful than I remember. This was by far my easiest leveling experience through to Monoliths that I've ever had. And WASD felt so natural to me after blasting Path of Exile 2 for so long. Heartseeker is absolutely badass, and I look forward to continuing to build out the bleed archetype of this amazing skill as I progress through Monos. I'm really excited to meet the new Woven faction, and get going with all those juicy new in-game crafting options that we'll have at our disposal. But that's all for my day 1 recap. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe for more Last Epoch and ARPG videos out of me, and I'll see you all tomorrow recapping my day 2, which will be a lot of Monolith farming. Stay safe and have fun. Farewell, travelers.